between the Wizards and the Hornets. Charlotte has won both affairs, including a game last Wednesday when they beat the Wizards. And there's the first time this year, Phil. 99-93. Take a look at these starting lineups brought to you by Budweiser. David Wesley and Baron Davis. We mentioned Davis's health. He actually got kicked in the first play of the game by Jordan last week, and then he re-aggravated the injury last night against Milwaukee, I should say. There was some question as to whether he would play. He came out, shot around, and he said, I'm ready to go, and he will start tonight. Front court starters. P.J. Brown, Lee Nalon, and Eldon Campbell. And the head coach is Paul Silas in his 4th year with Charlotte. Record of 208-266. His 7th season as a head coach, 3 years with San Diego and 4 years in Charlotte. The Wizards are at 500 with a record of 14-14. They are 5-6 here at home and 9-8 on the road. Hubert Davis and Chris Whitney start in the backcourt for Washington. With Michael Jordan, Popeye Jones, and Jahidi White at the center. The head coach for the Wizards is Doug Collins. He is assisted by Brian James, Larry Drew, Johnny Bach, and the Wizards trainer is Steve Stricker. Let's take a look at the 4 keys to the game, Phil.
Well, for the Hornets, obviously, Baron Davis, they're happy to see him in that lineup. This will be his 194th consecutive game. He's averaging in 2 games against Washington, 23 and 10 assists. In the game against the Bucks last night, only 2 for 11 and 7 points. The team lost by 16, and he left midway in the 3rd quarter. The bench is going to be important. Against the Wizards 3 days ago, the bench was very successful, 33 points on 11 for 17 shooting, but against the Bucks last night, only 15 points on 4 of 20 shooting.
The officials for tonight's game are Derek Stafford, Danny Crawford, and Leroy Richardson. This is the 3rd of 4 meetings between these two. The Hornets won the first game 95-88 on October 20th, or I should say November 20th at MCI Center. And then they won again the second game last Wednesday in Charlotte, 99-93. They lead the series 31-21. Last season, these two teams split 4 games, each team winning once at home and once on the road, and they will finish out their season series April 5th in Charlotte. The Hornets put 6 players in double figures against the Wizards last Wednesday. P.J. Brown had 11, Lee Nalon had 12, Campbell 17, Baron Davis 15, Wesley 11, and Stacey Augmon had 10 points off the bench, and he did a nice job defensively on Michael Jordan.
Well, they did, and they badly out-rebounded Washington. I think it'll be interesting to see how this team comes out, Washington that is, to try to establish themselves inside and not allow this team to get off.
First shot of the game is a beauty for Eldon Campbell, who missed just 1 shot when these two teams played last week. He was 7 of 8.
Yeah, but I like the way Jahidi was holding his ground. Just keep Eldon shooting those fadeaway jump shots. And we'll see, take our chances.
Jordan fadeaway, got it. Michael Jordan, who's now averaging 22.7 points a game. He's 12th in the league. 6 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 1.6 steals per contest. You remember in that game, Phil, the real problem was that these guys barely missed. They shot almost 60% for the entire game, and then, of course, they out-rebounded the Wizards, as you said, by 22.
Yeah, both those things combined just don't leave you much of a chance. However, Washington was still in the game down in the stretch and had a chance to tie this thing up.
Jordan again, he's 2 for 2. As you know, Richard Hamilton's still on the injured list, not available tonight. He pulled a groin, and he's out for at least another 4 games, could be more than that. And the team continues to play without Christian Laettner as well.
Bad miss that time by Campbell. But again, Jahidi keeping him out on the perimeter, not letting him get close to the basket.
White lost the ball, now gets it back. Short jump hook, shot down. It missed it badly. Baron Davis re-injured a knee. He was actually kicked in the left knee. Might have been the right knee.
I think it was the right knee.
Yeah.
Got kicked by Jordan first, and then in their game last night against the Bucks. Nice move. And he already has 6 points. Speaking of Jordan, that is.
Here's Lee Nalon, who played well against the Wizards. And then Davis got kicked again last night, and as you said, in the game against the Bucks, that game was at Charlotte. A big win for Milwaukee. So Davis came out in shoot around and just tested the knee, but he was bouncing around like a spry young kid and started.
Well, he wants to keep that streak alive. And Jordan wants to keep his alive, too.
And so far he is. He's 4 for 4, has 8 points, and he's red hot. Michael, who had his career low at Indiana, 6 points in the game. His previous career low was 8 back in 1986 in a game against Cleveland. That's the only time in his career he had been held under double digits. Davis misses.
It's kind of interesting talking with Gil McGregor, who does the game for Charlotte. They had some concern over that end. Number one, Charlotte was a team that ended Washington's streak. Of course, Jordan having just 6 points, they figured for sure Jordan would come out on fire, and that's what he's done.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned it the last game. You don't want to be a team playing a Jordan team after you've been
disappointing loss.
Right.
Yeah.
And same way tonight, after Charlotte beat the Wizards last week, I wouldn't want to come in here and play this Washington team with Jordan on the squad.
I agree with you. And again, we'll see if Jordan can transfer that mental attitude to the rest of his teammates.
This one, he shoots a little strong. Of course, they do have to rearrange things a little offensively without Richard Hamilton, who added 20 points per game to this squad.
Yeah.
Popeye with a nice rebound, but he stepped on the line out of bounds. Jordan on Thursday, 11 of 28. Correction, that was in the Charlotte game. Thursday, 6 points in 25 minutes and 8 points in 4 minutes already here tonight. P.J. Brown draws the foul and he scores.
Well, P.J. Brown is the team's leading rebounder. In fact, he's 11th in the league in rebounding. And he was a player that really kind of surprised you in that meeting 3 days ago, in that he was, I believe, 5 for 6 from the field, and at least 3 of them were jumpers. So you don't expect to get that kind of play from him. But again, I think this first quarter will be interesting to watch to see how Washington's front line players try to establish themselves against this front line that really dominated them down in Charlotte.
And the Hornets have come back to take the lead at 9-8. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier with you tonight from Washington. The Wizards will play 6 of their next 7 games here. Popeye, a good tip up and in by Jordan. One of the major problems at Indiana was transition defense, as the Wizards just could not get back.
It started from the first play.
Jordan makes a move, goes up and has it blocked by Davis, and a foul call.
Jordan and Barron having a few words. Barron is a player that can really get up in the air and wanted to challenge Jordan on that shot. Jordan telling him, you got me with the shoulder. Let's see. Tries to cross over a little bit on the right shoulder there. Barron not agreeing with the call, but picks up the foul.
Jordan has 10 points in less than 5 minutes on 5 of 6 shooting, and a timeout on the floor with 7:17 to go first quarter. The Wizards lead it by 1. Michael Jordan has been red hot, 5 of 6 from the field. He's got a couple of rebounds, 10 points. He'll have a chance here in a second to make it 11.
You see him shooting the fadeaway jumper, getting good looks. Yeah, makes a nice move to slip inside the defense. Again, the jumper also got an offensive rebound put back.
MJ, who Been struggling a little bit lately from the free throw line. Misses his first. He's now 118 of 147 on the season, about 81%, and he makes 1 of 2. Wizards by 2. They've lost 2 straight games after winning 9 in a row. A great pass, and Brown stuffs it in. Outstanding look.
It really was. First of all, Baron Davis delivers the ball to Campbell off the double team, but then Campbell shovels the pass over to PJ. So good interior passing from the big man.
Jordan again had it knocked away and went out of bounds. It looked like somebody hit either the ball or his hand.
Yeah, I think he was trying to shovel a pass off to Popeye, but lost control of it. Couldn't tell why. Like you said, somebody either hit it or hit his arm. Oh.
Campbell gets away from Jahidi, who lost him momentarily and pays the price.
Well, Jahidi was anticipating that pick and roll, and he was cheating on it, and they made him pay.
And Charlotte has scored 4 straight to go from 2 down to leading by 2. MJ baseline. Takes the jumper and hits it.
Well, Jordan got touched on the elbow that time by Nalen. He gave a little eye to the official.
Michael has missed just 1 shot in 7 attempts. He's got 13 first quarter points, and an offensive foul is called on Campbell. Wizards also without the services of Courtney Alexander this evening. Now, he was reactivated when Richard Hamilton went on the injured list, but Alexander has had a bad ankle. And he's not able to go tonight, so the Wizards a little bit short-handed.
Yeah, according to reports, he complained after that Indiana game that his ankle was sore again. So he's in street clothes.
David Wesley, nice fake on Jordan. Fakes him again. Good defense by MJ. And the fans applaud the effort. Double team. Now here comes Campbell, who switches it off to Brown, and that's beautiful ball movement.
I tell you, not much you can do about that. They had Hubert Davis on Nalen, a big size advantage, so they have to overload the side. Washington rotated their defense, but you saw once again some excellent interior passing.
Jordan has 13 points. The rest of the team has not scored. They take care of that. Hubert Davis with his 27th three-pointer of the season. He's 14th in the NBA in that category, shooting about 43%.
Yeah, I think they've got to try to take advantage of that, find ways to get him a couple of good looks, a few more than he saw certainly in Indiana.
Jahidi muscling Campbell and then fouls him. And on Jahidi, that I believe will be his second personal. It is.
Well, again, I said something during the open, Steve. Get back to basics, and the same thing defensively. You want to stay in front of your opponent. There you see Jahidi get caught pushing, gets out of position. That opens up a lane to the basket. Campbell's able to make the move to the basket.
Campbell is shooting 78.5% from the free throw line. Averages almost 15 points, a little better than 7 rebounds, and 2.1 blocks per game. So with the 2 personals, Jahidi White will have to take a seat. And the rookie Brendan Haywood enters the game for Washington. That was some reunion in Charlotte to see not only Jordan, but Haywood and Hubert Davis, all of whom played at the University of Carolina. Placards and signs everywhere welcoming MJ home. He didn't disappoint either. Had a great game. Jordan backs in, fade away, 1 shot. 15 points for his airness on 7 of 9 shooting. Jordan had 28 points in that game and 7 assists. Campbell, short jumper, got another one. Boy, Phil, the big men continue to shoot well for this team.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't expect this team to come in and have their front line starters shoot the way they did in Charlotte, 18 for 21. But so far, they're keeping up with the pace.
Campbell is 4 of 5 tonight. Hornets by 1 with possession. Campbell has made all 3 of his shots. Let's see what happens here. He misses that.
A little bit outside his range, I'd say.
Jordan pulls up, not outside of his range. 17 points in the quarter for Michael Jordan. Now the question is, will Doug Collins bring him out? He's been bringing him out right around now. How much can you let him play?
Yeah, you may want to try and milk that.
Wow, I thought Campbell thought it might be a jump ball call. I did as well.
Well, he just gave up. He didn't play the whistle, that's for sure. He just started walking with the ball. Good call by the official. He gets tied up by 3 Washington defenders and gets a little frustrated, and at this point just walks away.
And Chris Whitney's there to make the call. Jordan off a screen. Got another one. He's red hot. 19 in the period. How can you bring him out?
We'll see what Doug decides.
Campbell against Hayward, and Jordan stole the ball. Here he goes again. That's blocked away. Hayward is there to battle with it. And it's saved by Charlotte. They run 3-on-2. Wesley in the paint. Blocked away. Popeye Jones. And a timeout on the floor with 2:48 to go in the period. Jordan has been sensational. 9 of 12, 19 points, and the Wizards up 22-19. Well, Michael Jordan is 4 points away from the franchise record for first quarter points for this Washington club. It was Bernard King who hit for 23, ironically enough, on this very date in 1990,
right?
December 29th, when he had 23 in a first quarter. MJ's 19 is a season high for a quarter for a Wizard.
Well, your question's just been answered. Jordan is going to stay in the game. Doug Collins not deciding to take him out at this juncture. This is usually where he would pull Jordan out to give him a rest, but he's shooting the ball so well.
Yeah, you hate to see him come out.
I don't think Jordan wants to come out.
He's played 9 minutes, has 19 points. The rest of the Wizards team has 3 points, and that would be Hubert Davis's 3-point jumper. So Jordan has 19, Davis has 3, and that's your scoring for Washington. The Wizards, the rest of the Wizards are 1 of 5, MJ 9 of 12. Here he is again. Off the glass. Oh, score! Tremendous off-balance shot by the Wizard.
He felt the presence of PJ going after the shot, and in midair, he changes his direction. Watch him lean inside. PJ has nothing to do but come down the backside of Jordan, commits the foul. And the 3-point play. What is that?
That's 22, so he's 1 away from tying Bernard King and 2 away from setting a new franchise record. But he is just spectacular. Jamal McGlure gets his own rebound. Blocked by Haywood, and what's the call? Foul on Brendan Haywood. Well, when you get to watch Michael Jordan as we take another look at this contact,
McGlure gets his own missed shot and then gets the foul, the body contact from Brendan Haywood.
People ask us what it's like to be with Jordan and this team and what kind of fun we're having this year. I'll tell you what. You'd pay to see him play, as most people do, but we get to do it for free. It is truly the best job in the world.
Absolutely. He's just a magical person, and you know, it's funny, not funny, but fun to watch the reaction of people around him. Both people that know him and people that have never seen him before, or never met him, I should say, and see how they react to him.
Deron Lou in the game. Here's MJ. Can he do it again? Going against Brown. Fires one up. He missed that one. Wizards by 4. Baron Davis out to Bryce Drew, who did some damage against the Wizards the other night. And now they reset.
Have his headband on here. I just wondered who that guy was out there.
Yeah, without the headband. And a push off. Well, I thought they were going to get P.J. Brown for pushing off, but instead they get...
No, they got Popeye. Popeye pushed off. In fact, he pushed McGlure, I think.
Take another look.
To P.J. Take a look. He pushed... that was P.J. that he pushed.
Oh, okay.
You see the right arm extended.
Aton Thomas checking in for the Wizards. Popeye comes out. Jones with one personal foul. And Doug Collins, I think, wants to get him out before he has a chance.
Yeah, that's been a problem with Popeye. He's been picking up fouls very quickly.
Davis in the paint, kicks it off, and the slam dunk, score the goal, and a foul is called.
Well, they continue to get these points in the paint. We've seen some tremendous passing from the big men. This time it's set up by the team's leading assist man, Baron Davis, who penetrates into the middle, draws the defense, finds the open lane, and McGlure finishes it off. And they've got to do something to shut those lanes down and not allow those passes that lead to such easy baskets.
McGlure is good on the three-point play, and again the Hornets have sliced the lead to 1. Tyrone Nesby in the contest, and McGlure is called for a foul. Second on him, and the Wizards will have it on the side. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lou, Haywood, Nesby, Jordan, and Thomas for the Wizards. Paul Silas's club 13-16 right now. 9-8 on the road. Here's MJ. Spins. Backing in on Nalon. Draws the foul, and Michael will go to the line.
Well, Nalon is a challenge at that 3 spot because he's 6'9", very strong, but Jordan's still able to hold his ground. Nalon forced to get even more physical, buys into the fake, and Jordan goes to the line for 2.
So Jordan to tie the franchise record at 23, set by Bernard King in 1990. And Michael to set a new Washington franchise record for most points in the first quarter of play. And he does it. 24 for Jordan in the game. Davis' short jumper doesn't go. Up ahead to Nesby.
Yes. Good communication. Nesby running the floor strong, is able to beat down the defenders and get the dunk.
Nesby and Davis, the only other Wizards to score. McGlure gets it off the glass on the reverse, where they continue to get points in the paint.
Inside, that's right.
Washington by 3. 6-second difference on the shot and game clock. Jordan stolen by Bryce Drew. Took his eye off of it for a moment. Alley-oop coming, Nalon, and he missed it. Tip in, no good. Follow tip is good. P.J. Brown. That's unfortunate. Lou fadeaway, missed it, a little bit short. Off of Nesby, out of bounds, and that is the end of the first quarter. A spectacular period for the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan, who gets a hand, missed just 4 shots in 14 attempts. 24 points for Jordan. And after one, it's Washington 29, Charlotte 28. first quarter stats from tonight's game at MCI Center, and the Wizards shooting about what the Charlotte Hornets did to them last week.
57%, thanks in large part to Michael Jordan. Perfect from three-point range, 4 for 5 from the line. The Hornets a perfect 6 for 6, out-rebounding Washington by 3, and you see the turnover situation. But again, the frontline players for Charlotte getting the job done. They have 21 points from their frontline players and 20 points in the paint.
Lou, Thomas, Nesby, Davis, and Brendan Haywood. There's Hubert Davis on the runner. Davis has 5 points on 2 field goals. One of them was a three-pointer. So Jordan gets a rest. He played in 12 minutes, all 12 minutes of the first quarter, and had 24 points, a new franchise record for a quarter for Washington. For Charlotte, Campbell has 10, PJ 9, and McGlure 7. 26 of their 28 points. Nice play. Thomas lost control of the ball, dribbling into the paint, and turns it over. Baron Davis against Hubert Davis, no relation. Good help by Haywood. Now they go to Campbell, who's pushed away by Thomas, knocked away and out of bounds. And they give it to Charlotte with 3 seconds to shoot.
Well, they're doing a better job starting to close down that middle. You're seeing some real good passing coming from the Hornets. And there that pass is delivered to Campbell. Now he tries to drive the lane, but Washington shuts it down. The time gets the block.
See if they can keep him from getting a shot off. With 3 seconds, here's Campbell. He gets a good look at the basket and misses. McGlure battles and pulls the rebound away from Thomas. First basket of the game for Baron Davis, but he haven't needed him so far with the big men scoring. And the Hornets have cut it to 1. Hubert Davis. In for Haywood, knocked out of bounds by Davis with 6 to shoot. Wizards have had a hard time getting a good look at a basket, while Charlotte has had easy pickings in the paint.
Well, that's pretty accurate. You've seen some good interior passing, and they've been pretty sharp and crisp with their movement. Washington, of course, you know, you've had a one-man show, really, particularly for that first quarter with Jordan. Now they've got to get into a rhythm. They've got to get some team movement.
Time a factor here now. The Wizards don't get it off. Well, credit good Charlotte defense, just like Indiana the other night. They have limited the Wizards' good looks at the basket. Fans, all final holds for Wizards January home games have been released. Great seats still available to see the Wiz take on Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Allen Iverson. For tickets, call 202-432-SEAT or online at WashingtonWizards.com. Inside again, and it's knocked away and a foul called. So they are really just having their way inside in the paint against Washington.
Well, the big men are just making some real good passes right now. And Washington not able to keep up with them. They're running the pick and roll out top. That's forcing Washington big men to chase and get back and make rotations. But we're seeing some real good interior passing from Charlotte.
Foul on Nesby, his first. McGlure 3 for 3, now 4 for 4 from the line. And Doug Collins sends Popeye Jones back in for a Tom Thomas with one word of encouragement: you got to rebound.
Well, we talked about that in the open, that Popeye struggling with his rebound in the last 2 games. And we're looking for a big game from Popeye in the board category.
Game tied at 31. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier. Wizards back here on Monday night for a New Year's Eve game against the Nets. Inside to Popeye. Great pass to Haywood. Oh, no, Bryce Drew hounded Campbell with the open look. Knocks down another one. Eldon Campbell, in his 12th year from Clemson, has 12 points. And Charlotte has regained the lead by 2. Popeye, top of the key, finds Nesby inside. Fadeaway jumper, can't get the roll. McGlure spins, misses, and gets another rebound. Doug Collins not happy. Once time, his team is getting behind on the boards as Brendan Haywood has picked up his third personal foul. Timeout on the floor. Well, the Wizards have become one of the top three-point shooting teams in the NBA. They are currently second in the league at just about 39%. Phil, they're creeping near that 40%
They really are.
mark.
They don't take a lot of them, but obviously they shoot them very effectively thanks to players like Chris Whitney and Hubert Davis.
Well, the other night in Charlotte, the day after Christmas, rebounding was a huge problem as the Wizards were out-rebounded by 22, and tonight they are out-rebounding Washington 16-7 and 11-1, or rather 7-1 on the offensive boards.
Yeah. Just so far in this game, their big men, their front line players just seem to be a little quicker to the ball, a little bit more active. Washington had a day off, and Charlotte played at home against Milwaukee last night, so you would think that the roles might be reversed, but not the case so far. And again, when we talk about defense and rebounding, a lot of that is will and desire. You ask, players like Wes Unseld, some of the great ones that were great at rebounding. It's all about desire and getting out there and getting the job done.
Nesby nearly traveled. Now Davis forces a long three and hits it. His second three-pointer of the game, his 28th on the season. Hubert is 3 for 3. 2 of them have been threes. He's got 8 points. Drew springs free, and before that basket goes up, there is a foul call. And it's on Hubert Davis. His first. Third on the team. Hornet ball on the side. Hornets were 46-36 last year, went deeper into the postseason than any team in club history. They went to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semis, where they lost to the Bucks in Game 7 after sweeping the Heat 3-0 by an average of 22 points a game. Eldon Campbell continues his torrent attack on Washington, has 14 points on 6 of 11 shooting.
Those were the kind of jump shots we saw from their big men in that game in Charlotte. And Eldon looks like he's not planning on stopping.
Heidi up strong and followed up by Popeye, who gets the bounce. Good help by Jones. Popeye has 2 points, 5 rebounds. Joining us, Michael Jordan set a franchise record for a first quarter with 24 points. And he is resting still. Bryce Drew kicks it out. Campbell wide open, and this time he misses. I'm surprised how open he's been getting, Phil.
Well, Washington's defense right now is really trying to get in sync. They're trying to get their rotation together. That time, again, it was overloaded on one side, and that left Eldon Campbell open. Again, the foul. No whistle, though.
Yeah, he got hit on the arm, and the official just missed it. Derek Stafford just didn't see it. First basket for Wesley. Well, they have been doing a great job to jump out on D. Forces Popeye to shoot.
Yeah, but I think Washington needs to do a better job, the players with the ball, of setting that man up and running him into the pick. You watch how their players do. They run you right into the pick. There's a little too much space.
Tyronn Lue charged with a foul. There have been 7 ties and 15 lead changes already in this game. And the Wizards lead it currently by 1. Take another look at this with Tyronn Lue reaching in.
We'll see how closely Eldon Campbell and David Wesley come together, that doesn't leave a lot of room for Lou to slip through.
Lee Nalon guarded by the energetic Tyrone Nesby with a hand in his face. And a loose ball foul on Washington.
It'll be on Popeye. Yeah, he was really trying to fight P.J. Brown. In fact, he even had his back to the basket trying to just box out.
That's the second on Popeye, and the fifth on the team. And Outlet Collins comes up to ask Danny Crawford for an explanation. Points in the half for P.J. Brown, and the game tied again, this time at 38. And now fans reacting to the insertion of Michael Jordan into the Wizards lineup. Tyrone Nesby comes out. MJ played all 12 minutes, scored 24 points. 10 of 14 from the floor, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, and he's back in. Charlotte by 1. Jordan off the screen, got 26 first half points.
Well, the timing on that was perfect. They rubbed Nalen off on a couple of picks, and Jordan curled around that pick and was receiving the ball and shooting it.
And he steals it. Jordan against Wesley. Fade away. Missed that one. Wesley the other way with Lou on to Davis, who drives easily and scores. Chris Whitney will come in for Tyronn Lue. Approaching the 5-minute mark in the half. Hornets by 1 again. Look for Jordan. MJ against Campbell. He takes him one-on-one, spots up, and hits. He's scratching that itch now, isn't he?
He's got some of these players scratching their head.
Lou called for a foul. And nobody around here likes it much. Lou, Jordan, or Collins. Jordan, 12 of 17, 28 first half points, and a timeout on the floor. Back in Washington, we take time for Jim Coleman's trivia question tonight. 2001 Wizards #1 pick Kwame Brown was Washington's only first-round selection. When was the last time the Wizards had 2 first-round picks in the same draft?
I'll let you have that one. That's an easy one.
Yeah. Well, Wes Unseld looking on tonight. And he's seen 11 fouls called on his Wizards club, 5 called on Charlotte. The Hornets have shot 12 free throws and made 9. The Wizards have shot 5 and made 4, and that has not made Doug Collins or Wes Unseld happy.
This is the one, man.
And Michael Jordan still letting the officials know about his displeasure. The scale continues to tilt in the free throw department. Lee Nalon makes a couple. And once again, Charlotte with the lead by 1. Chris Whitney back in the game. And Jordan is fouled by Nalon. Derek Stafford mouths to Michael Jordan. Did you like that one, Michael?
Officials should get into those kind of conversations now.
Probably not, but when you have the media sitting this close to the court, sometimes we have a bit of an advantage. Jordan off the screen, that's off the mark, and rebound by Jahadi White for 2.
Well, Jahadi that time fought off the block out from Eldon Campbell, just forced his way to the basket, and hopefully we see more of that. That's what I'm talking about. the will to win, the will to get those rebounds.
Heidi's at 5 points a game and a little better than 5.5 rebounds. Campbell with an open look. Boy, look at Nalon in there for the rebound. How do you like that? Lee Nalon at 6'9".
When you're rotating your defense like that, it's very difficult to box out because you're just rotating to positions. Nalon got a running start for that offensive rebound.
Davis gets an open look at a three and hits his third three-pointer of the game.
Gets a high five from Jordan. That pass could have been for either one of them.
Hubert, who tied his career high with 6 three-pointers the first time the Wizards played the Pacers this year. In a season-high 21 points. P.J. Brown misses and Popeye's there. Here comes Whitney. Cross court for Davis again. Backs up, fires, and got another one.
Good recognition. Davis was calling for the ball, but Whitney was on the other side of the court, but he was able to see him in transition. That was good recognition.
Hubert is 4 for 4 from the three-point department. He's also got an additional field goal. He has 14 points, and he has not missed tonight. Jordan called for a foul on Brown. He had no other choice. First personal on MJ, and a timeout on the floor with 2:47 to go in the half. Hubert Davis has been on fire, as has Michael Jordan, and the Wizards lead it by 5.
Some might see it as a pile of rocks, but it's really...
Sweetie, why don't you go get a drink?
Good idea.
Watch the ball here. Jordan comes over to double team. The ball swings back out top, but the quick pass goes in, and it goes in before Jordan can adjust and get back. Jahidi has to swing out to the perimeter player. Just good interior passing, and we've been seeing a lot of that from Charlotte tonight. And you see, they're making the rotation, but before that rotation can take place, they've zipped the pass in there, and Jordan is forced to foul.
Michael Jordan. Has 28 points in the game. There you go. And Hubert Davis has 14 on 4 of 4 from three-point range. Jordan set a franchise record for most points scored in a first quarter of play, had 24. Bernard King had the previous first quarter high of 23. The franchise high for most points scored in any quarter by a Wizard is 28 by Jeff Malone at Phoenix back in 1988 on February 27th. Wizards by 3. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, as Washington looks to get back on the winning track after losing 2 in a row to this Charlotte club and the Indiana Pacers the other night. Jordan, this time he's got Altman on him, gets rid of him, fires, and gets the bounce. 30 points in the half for Michael Jordan.
Well, it's been that kind of night for MJ. Had the soft touch, got the shooter's roll, and that ball dropped right in.
Jahidi comes out to help. Now they go, great pass inside, blocked away. And before that ball was blocked, I think a foul was called by Derek Stafford. It was called on Chris Whitney.
But Whitney thinking that he was the only defender on PJ. You see how PJ spotted up there? He knew that he had the small man on his back. Once again, I'm really impressed with the passing that we've been seeing from Charlotte. They've been delivering some passes. And what about the hustle from Jahidi White? Even though he picked up the foul, no, that foul was on Chris Whitney, but he saved a potential three-point play.
P.J. Brown has made all 6 of his free throws. He's missed just 2 field goals.
He's shooting about 86%. He's the team's best, second best free throw shooter behind Mashburn.
PJ is 17th in the NBA in free throw shooting. Of course, Mashburn not available to play. Jordan backs in and is fouled by Augman. In fact, Mashburn played the first 9 games of the season, and then the first game he missed was against the Wizards when they played here, and he hasn't played since.
Well, if you remember, that was the game that not only he but David Wesley also missed. They had 2 of their top 3 leading scorers out of the lineup.
And they still beat the Wizards 95-88 on November 20th. Mashburn pulled a groin muscle in practice the day before that Wizards game. Here's Jordan again. On Augman. What a shot by Jordan! He had Augman twisted around like a pretzel. 32 for MJ. Wesley from way outside. Look at P.J. Brown is all over the glass. Davis for 3, short. Tyrone Nesby back in for Washington. Here's MJ going to the hoop again. Reverse, no call. He can't believe it. Here comes Davis the other way. Doug Collins wants a 20-second timeout.
20-second timeout.
Collins is not happy, and MJ is all over Leroy Richardson.
Well, he bangs into Stacey, gets him off in there, and then just makes a nice move to the basket. Has to twist around, use a little English on the glass, and gets it to go down. From the second angle, it looks like not really much contact occurred between Jordan and Augman.
And on the next trip down, Michael claimed that he was hit in the face, but could not get a call from the officials. Wizards lead it by 3 with 46.5 seconds to play in the half. Jordan has 32 points in the game, 24 in the first quarter. Knocked away. Johaidi fights for it, and it's pulled away by Charlotte. What a move. Blocked by Nesby.
What a play.
MJ waits. Davis for 3. Missed it. Nesby's there, and now they'll reset and use the shot clock to end the half.
2 really good hustle plays from Tyrone Nesby.
Jordan in control with 8 seconds to shoot. Pulls up. How about Jordan? Is he unbelievable? Davis missed it at the buzzer. Standing ovation for the greatest player of all time. Michael Jordan, 34 points in the half. Fans at MCI Center going crazy. Halftime, and the Wizards lead it by 5 on the strength of Michael Jordan's 34 points, a new team record for a half. Let's
Well, you look at the first half stats, in Washington shooting 59%, 4 for 5 from three-point range, but not getting to the free throw line very much. They want to improve upon that. 21-19 rebound advantage, but 9 offensive rebounds for the Hornets, and you can see that having a major effect on your points in the paint. 30 for Charlotte Hornets.
You talked about the free throws. They went to the line 18 times. The Wizards just 5. Michael at halftime making sure that Derek Stafford knew that the scales were tilted in Charlotte's favor.
Yeah, he's lobbying to get that thing to balance out.
He's in the right town for that.
He usually does.
He could go to Capitol Hill. He's such a good lobbyist. On the last 2 losses, Michael said, I don't think we're going to lose the momentum of the 9-game win streak, come back and lose 9. It's how well you can go back and build character and come back and play solid basketball.
Yeah, they've got a great opportunity. Like you mentioned during the open, Steve, 6 of the next 7 games here at home. They have to improve their home record. They've done well on the road, but they've got to get that home record up.
So we are underway in the second half. And Popeye Jones is fouled down low by P.J. Brown.
It's P.J.'s first foul.
Number 42, P.J. Brown is his first.
And he was banging Popeye pretty well there.
Wizards will be home again Monday night, New Year's Eve game. A 9 o'clock start against the Nets, and then the post-game concert with Sinbad, Chris Whitney. 3 seconds to shoot. He'll have to pop. Fadeaway jumper. Can't get it to go. Popeye's there. Short jump hook. No good. Davis the other way. Splits the defenders and draws a foul. Called it on Whitney. And Baron Davis has been up and down this court showing no ill effects from a bruised right knee. Take another look.
I saw him briefly after the game in Charlotte, and he was limping and favoring that right knee, but got back up and played in Chicago. And you're right, Steve, made a strong move to the basket there, right around Whitney.
Phil, how can a guy who's such a great shooter, or an exceptional shooter, I don't know about great, be so horrible at the free throw line?
He's worked himself into being a good shooter. Keep in mind, when he came into this league, his first year shot about 22% from three-point range and under 40% from the field. But he's worked at his shooting, and I have no doubt that he'll work on his free throw and improve that too.
Pass a little bit too high from Jordan to Popeye, and the Wizards turn it over. Their 6th turnover of the game. They are one of the top teams in the league at protecting the ball. In fact, they're 2nd in the NBA with just 12.6 turnovers a game. But they've got 6 tonight. Charlotte has 4. Hornets coming off a 16-point loss to Milwaukee last night in Charlotte. Jordan, see if he's still hot. Kicks it out to Davis. Good fake. Hubert for the open jumper. No good. Campbell pushed Jahidi out of the way, and they got him for it.
That play there was showing you how you can loosen up the defense and get yourself in position for offensive rebounds. They're getting a little bit more movement. Jahidi moving across the middle. The defense is rotating. At the last minute, Eldon realizes he needs to box out Jahidi. Gets called for the foul.
It was a heck of a box out.
It wasn't a box out, really. It was a foul.
It was a felony in some states, I think. Jordan's jumper, no good, and the foul call. Lee Nalon charged with the foul, and Michael with a chance to add to his spectacular first half performance of 34 points.
And right on the forearm there, Nalon trying to stay close and cool off Jordan.
Jordan now 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He missed one in the first half. His season high is 44 against the Utah Jazz. He's got 36 currently. Wizards by 7. Their largest lead. Campbell. And fouled. And it's on Jordan. Second personal on Michael Jordan, and Eldon Campbell to the free throw line.
Once again, the idea of going back to basics. Sometimes things are going well. You can run to get rebounds. Other times you have to play it more by the book and keep an arm or a hand on your opponent so you know where they are, to make sure you keep a body in front of them to box them out. And that time Jahidi did not do that, and Campbell was able to slip in for the offensive rebound.
Campbell gets them both. He's now 4-4 from the free throw line and has 16 points in the game. Haven't seen Tractor Trailer yet tonight. He played well.
Played well against Washington, but did play that well last night against the Bucks.
Popeye Jones knocks one down. Popeye is at just under 6 points a game, a little better than 7 rebounds in his 9th year for Murray State. side. He got fouled, no call.
You thought so?
Oh yeah, somebody hit him on the wrist hard. Jordan from deep, too deep, follows his own shot and lays it off the glass.
That time they really extended the defense, plus trying to deny Jordan's shot. You overextend yourself, you left an easy lane for Jordan to pick up the offensive rebound and get the putback.
38 points for Jordan, 6 rebounds, 3 of them in the quarter. Campbell with ease to the basket, missed a short shot. Wizards by 9. They had a 9-point lead in Charlotte and lost it, and then lost the game. Jordan again, turns, shoots, a little short. Davis pulls up and he misses, and Popeye has it slapped away and then knocked out of bounds by the Wizards.
Some active hands there. Popeye doing all the hard work, pulling down that rebound, but allowing one of the Hornets to strip the ball.
Timeout called with 8:38 to go, third quarter, and the Wizards will take a break and come back after this. Where exactly can fans find you New Year's Eve, Phil?
I'll be with you.
Okay.
So
won't that be a treat?
Double your pleasure.
9 seconds to shoot. Baron Davis wide open for the jumper, and he knocks it down. A 3-point field goal.
Last time this team played here, Baron had 6 points at the half and ended up with 32 at 16 in the fourth quarter. So he can pick up that offensive game.
He's 4 of 11 tonight, has 9 points. David Wesley, the other guard, 1 of 7. Jordan for Popeye, short jumper, got it. Well, he's been tough lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, good ball movement, and then the nice pass from Jordan.
You know, he doesn't impress you as a shooter, and they certainly don't rely on his shot, but lately he's been making that 15-footer.
Yeah. But they really need him to help out with that right there, rebounding.
Seven rebounds for Popeye. Wizards swing it, now go to Jahidi inside. Short jumper, no good. Tip up, no good. And a loose ball foul on Lee Nalon.
Well, right now, Charlotte going into the zone, that was something that was effective for them in Charlotte in the second half. And Washington knows that they're going to have to take good looks at their perimeter shots, look to get the ball inside if they can, but certainly when they get those open shots from the outside, put them down.
Michael does not like the zone defense. He feels like it's a kind of a lazy way of playing defense.
Well, Whitney hits the 3, and Washington has really been shooting that well tonight.
Yeah, they had a big game the other game, and they hit 9.
9 of 20, that's right.
And that was a season high for them. And approaching that now as the Wizards have their largest lead of 11 points, and Chris Whitney is now just 24 three-pointers away from tying the franchise record for three-pointers held by Tracy Murray with 410 in his career. Chris came into the game tied for 20th in the league at 42% from long range, and here's another look at this one.
Again, the defense not really in position. They're really trying to pack it in, and that gives Whitney a lot of time and a clean look at that shot.
Witt is 30 years old. It's his 9th year in the league. It's his 7th season with the Wizards. Last year he played in 59 games. He started 31, but he missed the last 22 with an injury. He had bad ankles. Remember when Rod Strickland sat out, Chris was forced to play so many games on the bad wheels, and then eventually it just took its toll.
Yeah, had 2 bad wheels too, but gutted it out. He's a gritty player. They like his attitude here, and he's a real nice guy.
His career high is 6 three-pointers, which he had against Seattle and Vancouver last year. 8 seconds to shoot. Campbell inside, short jumper, missed another one.
Well, that's two that Campbell has worked real hard to get inside position and get the easy shot, but blown the layup.
Jordan finds Davis. Well, Jahidi was open for a minute as they swing it. Now they find him. Jahidi down low, gets fouled. I'll tell you what, the Wizards have had some success against the zone in getting at least a good look at a basket.
Well, they've shown some patience and gotten to Popeye a couple of times for the short jump shot. That time Popeye delivered the pass down to Jahidi. And Jahidi is just hog-tied and snatched around the neck.
Stacey Augmon picks up his second. Jahidi shooting 54% now, 22 of 41 from the line in his 4th year from Georgetown. Knocks that one down. He started in 26 games, played in 27. And done a real nice job this year. Gets them both. How about that? Wizards by 13, their largest lead. Washington on an 11-3 run right now to take this advantage. PJ. Wesley around the pick. Misses. Missed time on the jump, and they miss another one. How about that?
Well, unfortunate. The 6th offensive rebound for P.J. Brown. He had 5 in the first half. He's one of the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Charlotte's field goal percentage coming down each trip, now at 34%. Quite a difference, Phil, from the 60% they shot last Wednesday. And another one for Davis. That's his 5th three-pointer. He is 1 away from tying his career high, and Hubert has 17 points.
Well, you don't like zones. That's one way to get him out of a zone. Shoot him out of it.
Look inside. Whitney comes away with it and pulls it out of there. Without giving many jump balls up tonight, are they?
No, they weren't. He was tied up.
Jordan fade away. Missed it at the buzzer, and Jahidi gets the rebound. Wizards have come to life on the glass, that's for sure. Right inside, score the goal. He's fouled on the play.
Well, when you're in high school and you're taught to play against zone, you move the ball around quickly. Obviously, hitting the outside shot loosens that zone up, but then you look for opportunities to make the quick passes inside in the openings of the zone. That's what they did that time. Jahidi gets the dunk. Jahidi converts the three-point play. 3 for 3 from the line.
Davis answers with a three-pointer. I wonder what he did do with the headband.
I don't know. He looks so different. Maybe that's really not Baron Davis. And it's in his last 2 three-point attempts.
Michael inside. Scoops it up. Scoring. He'll go to the line. 40 points for Michael Jordan.
You see Jordan moving to the middle. That's where that zone was open. Has to flip it up with the left hand. Look for those openings to drive through or knife through and receive passes.
And a correction on Hubert Davis. His career high 7 three-pointers, not 6. And Hubert
shooting percentage there from Jordan.
Davis has 5 three-pointers in the game. Jordan in the quarter, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Davis again, that was short off of Jahidi and out of bounds.
Ball took such a funny shot, bounce off the front of the rim there, Jihad. He just couldn't handle it.
Wizards by 19, their largest lead. Davis with nowhere to go. Stolen by Popeye. Jordan. Unbelievable. Putting on a show at the MCI Center. 43 for Jordan. One away from his season high.
It looks like they gave it to Popeye.
Michael Jordan has been nothing short of spectacular tonight.
He has the man on him, shorter Baron Davis. Even though Baron can jump, he's given up too much of a height advantage. Jordan's able to elevate and drop the shot.
Jordan comes out of the game to a standing ovation at the MCI Center.
How about this guy? I mean, he rewrote all the records in the Chicago organization, and now he's rewriting them here.
At 38.
38
and
in just 1 year.
Not even 2 months away from 39. Michael will be 39 on February 18th. And he's putting on all the moves tonight. 43 in the game. And he's helped the Wizards to a 19-point lead. Offensive foul on Popeye Jones. He didn't get set trying to make the screen.
Hubert left too soon, and we've talked about that.
Yep.
That's what Doug is telling you. You got to hold, let Popeye get set to set the pick, then make your move.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Phil, and I don't think the layperson really sees that. I know I didn't see it until you pointed it out the other day. Davis's jumper, no good. Popeye the rebound. Turns and misses a little bit short. Hustling after the rebound. Look at Tyrone Nesby. He is nothing but hustle.
Yeah, he put on the show towards the end of the second quarter about 2 or 3 hustle plays that saved possession for Washington, and he looks like he might have done it here.
Timeout called with 2:46 to go, third quarter, and the Wizards streaking to a 19-point lead.
Watch Charlotte's zone. This is the area they're trying to protect the paint, and Washington's going to move the ball around and then find a way to get the ball into the middle. Go ahead and run it. Go ahead, let's see it. There we go. They swing it around. Stop it right there. Now this guard comes out. There goes the pass into Jihadi. He's able to convert the shot and eventually the free throw. Well, not that one. But he made his 2 free throws, and a little bit later, a similar play, he got the 3-point play.
Jordan back in the game. Fadeaway jumper. Missed it. He mistimed his jump, and Bryce Drew comes down with it. Jordan playing in 27 minutes so far tonight and has 43 points. Drew, short jumper, good play.
Yeah, Bryce Drew doesn't play a lot and doesn't score a lot, but he's had some of his better games in the 2 prior games against Washington.
He's in his first year in Charlotte after 1 in Chicago and 2 in Houston. 7 seconds to shoot. Now Charlotte's back to the man-to-man. Jordan jumper. Got one, nothing but net. And a new season high for Michael Jordan. 45 points. P.J. Brown, the open jumper, he knocks it down. P.J. in his 9th year from Louisiana Tech has 17 points. .130 to play, third quarter. Hubert has to force up the shot and missed it. Nesby.
He had it timed perfectly.
And he had the steal, Phil, but he was looking to pass before he got it. He was thinking 2 steps ahead.
He was anticipating that cross-court pass, though, and he was right there to pick it off. You're right.
Davis got it. Hubert Davis in his 10th year from Carolina has 19 points. His season high is 21 in Indiana, and he's 7 of 11 from the floor.
Evidently, Bryce Drew had his foot out of bounds.
Paul Silas won 3 NBA titles, couple with Boston, 1 with Seattle in '79. Played his college ball at Creighton. To Heidi, back to MJ, long jumper, missed that one. Every time he shoots, the fans up off their seats.
Yeah.
Davis into the paint.
That's the kind of excitement that brings to the floor.
Doug Collins screaming, just switch it. Davis guarding Davis, hanging jumper good. Wow, fortunate he missed it at the buzzer. Jordan continues his amazing play. 45 points tonight, a season high for Michael Jordan. He has been sensational. Jordan and the Wizards have the lead 84-67 after 3. Stats through 3/4 of play. A big factor, Phil, was the rebounding in the first half. Charlotte was up 21-19, but in the third quarter, the Wizards out-rebounded them 15-7.
Well, that's right. They continue their hot shooting, 55%. But you're right. Also shooting the 3 well, 6 for 9. But the rebounding is so very important to hold back this team. You know they're going to be crashing the board in this quarter.
And they are. And Hubert Davis has 5 of the 6 3-pointers. His career high is 7. He did hit for 6 3-pointers this season against Indiana. Jordan with 45 points. Underneath for Haywood. Throws it up, no call. Now a double team with Jordan, nowhere to go, knocked away, and Tyrone Nesby tries to seal it. 6 seconds to shoot. Stacey Augmon wide open, misses.
Well, that's a player they would rather shoot the perimeter shot. You see Jordan coming off him quite a bit to help out down low, especially.
Wizards have led by as many as 21 at 80-59 with 3:50 left in the third. It's 17 now. MJ pulls up, misses. Oh, Campbell pushing Haywood out of the way. Called for a loose ball foul.
Again, when you turn your back to the ball, don't know where it is, all you could do then is try and box out. That's what he was doing. He was trying to just keep Brendan away from the boards and got caught. He was wide open.
5 personals on Eldon Campbell.
See, he doesn't see the ball, so at this point, he's just pushing Brendan away from the backboard.
Hubert Davis comes out to a nice round of applause. 19 points in the game for Davis, and Tyrone Nesby also comes out of the game, and boy, he has...
Yeah, let's give him some credit. Not only was he hustling all over the place, he had the assignment of trying to slow down Baron Davis.
Jordan lays it off and throws it away. And now it looks like Doug Collins is going to send Hubert Davis back into the game and replace Brendan Haywood, who did a good job on the boards.
Boy, Washington's going real small.
Yep.
The 2 small point guards, Jordan and Hubert at the forwards, and Popeye at the center spot.
Davis spins inside, lays it off for PJ, who slams it in, and he gets fouled. And it's Jamal McGlure, not PJ Brown, who gets the slam dunk.
McGlure has been very active active this game, and he's been going to the line a lot. Here he's the recipient of a nice pass from Baron Davis. Gets the dunk and gets to the line.
And makes the three-point play.
7 for 10 from the free throw line.
13 points for Jamal McGlure, second-year star from Kentucky, and the lead is down to 14 from 21. This is a very critical time of the game for the Wizards. Jordan again, a little bit strong. Davis with inside position finds Matt Bullard, who can shoot the three. Ogman throws one up, gets the roll. And the lead is down to 12. Davis's runner missed it but got pushed, and Hubert will go to the free throw line, where he's only been 6 times this year.
This time he has Matt Bullard trailing him over this pick, and Bullard just gets him from behind.
Popeye Jones comes out and Jahidi White back in. Hubert Davis, who was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, but of course went to high school at Lake Braddock High in Burke, Virginia. And got to spend some time with his uncle in the preseason and at training camp. Walter Davis is, of course, Hubert's uncle.
Yep.
And Walter works with the Wizards as a scout.
Pretty good genes in that family, huh?
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Hubert makes them both. And has matched his season high of 21. Ogman, short jumper, missed it, gets the rebound, and then is fouled by Jahidi White. It's a loose ball foul, and on Jahidi, it'll be his 4th personal. Correction, 3rd personal on White.
Well, what we saw in that 3rd quarter, Washington clearly winning the battle on the boards. You're starting to see Charlotte come out and get their hands on a number of offensive rebounds, 2nd and 3rd attempts.
Ogman trying to be offensive, misses, but look at McGlure. Battle Jahidi and knock him to the ground. Jahidi collects his 290-pound frame and gets back down the court. Ron Lou. 4 seconds for Jordan. Takes the jumper and misses. And a foul call.
It almost looked like he was waiting to see if Jordan missed that.
Timeout called with 8:38 to go in regulation, and MJ to the free throw line, where he'll have a chance for his 46th and 47th points tonight. Look at the Southwest Airlines game summary, and it's been mostly Jordan.
MJ all the way, 24 in the 1st quarter, 34 in the half. Both those team records, 45 points so far. Hubert Davis having a good night too, though, 21 points, and that ties his season high. And if you're wondering about that last call, take a look right here. Stacey Altman gets him right on the elbow as he goes to raise up, gets him right there. Little hesitation from the official, but he made the right call.
Jordan, besides the 45, has 7 rebounds and 4 assists and a couple of steals. 46 points for Jordan. Eight of 9 from the free throw line. Now 9 of 10, 47 points for his airness.
Good job from Nesby. And they depend so much on Baron Davis breaking down the defense. Nesby never let him get away.
Wesley just 1 of 10 from the field. Lou goes all the way. White is there for the final slam.
Well, I tell you, Tyrone got Lou got sandwiched between 2 players. They flipped him around.
Heidi with 9 points and 8 rebounds in the game. Scoring, and McGlure, who's playing like a superstar tonight, will go to the line.
Well, Jordan saw him get by. Jordan tried to get over to help to commit the foul, at least send McGlure to the line. And like I said, remember, keep that guy in front of you, especially when you've got a lead. You want to make them take some tough shots. And if you can get them fade away from the basket, even better.
McGlure, 5 of 7 from the field, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, 18 points. Wizards by 13 with 7:35 to go. Whitney missed it. Davis all the way, lays it up, missed the shot. Nesby is there. Jordan's career high in scoring is 69, which he set in a 117-113 win against Cleveland on March of 1990. MJ again lays it in.
I think Stacey was anticipating Jordan pulling up. Jordan never stopped and went right to the basket and got around him.
So he's only 20 points away, Phil, from his career high.
How many?
20.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine 69, 70 points, 80 points. Gervin and Jordan and David Thompson, those guys. David Robinson had a 70-point game, I think. It's a lot of points. Might be a little too easy that time. I did say you stay in front of the guy, but you got to get a hand up and try to distract him on that jumper.
Jordan again, that one's short. Up ahead of the pack, Lee Naylor. Wesley picked off by Nesby.
But Nesby has made several hustle plays today that turned out to be big for this team.
And Doug Collins calls time. Wizards by 13 with 6:13 to go in regulation, and Michael Jordan scorching the place, 49 points. Our Jim Coleman trivia question tonight. Kwame Brown was the Wizards' only first-round selection. When was the last time Washington had 2 first-round picks in the same draft?
We're stumped.
Yeah.
We give 1986, John Williams and Anthony Jones. Anthony, a DC product.
Well, Michael Jordan has now scored 40 or more points in 199 career games. He was 197 for his career coming into this season, his comeback season, and of course he hit 44 against Utah, and now has 49 here. So 199 games where Jordan has scored 40 or more. He's hit 50 or more in 37 games and 60 or more 5 times.
Well, I'm sure what's most pressing on his mind is to make sure they secure this win. They're really making Doug work hard. They have a comfortable lead, but you just get the sense that their offense has become somewhat stagnant. Defensively, they're having a hard time keeping these guys off the board.
Whitney racing the other way with Nesby. Nesby streaking up strong, scores it.
That's taking it to the basket.
4 points off the bench for Tyrone Nesby. Wizards by 15. They've led by as many as 21. Lou called for the foul, reaches in on Baron Davis. Well, the franchise record for points in a game is 56, set by Earl Monroe on February 13th, 1968, when the franchise was in Baltimore as the Baltimore Bullets. Since moving to Washington in '73, the record for points in a game, 52. by Bernard King on December 29, 1990 against Denver. Those Washington records began with the 73-74 season.
Baron Davis still struggling from the line. We talked about his free throw shooting, 57% coming in.
Number 24, Hubert Davis.
Ron Lou takes a seat, and Hubert Davis, who's had an outstanding game with 21 points, including 5 3-pointers in the game. He's back in. Davis misses them both, where he has just got a lid on that free throw basket.
Again, he's a player that's going to understand what he has to work on to continue to improve, and he's going to improve in that area.
Shoots 57% coming into this game. That'll go down. Jordan going to the paint. Up off the glass, a little strong. Jahadi's there for the follow tip in.
They're really trying to muscle Jahadi and keep him out of the middle, but he's just too strong.
A double-double for Jahadi White. 11 points, 11 rebounds. David Wesley. And Jahadi did a good job to body McGlure out of the way. 4:45 to go as the Wizards look to snap the 2-game losing streak, get back on the winning track. Whitney lost it and got fouled by Wesley.
He was losing possession.
Sure was.
Very rapidly. And I think that Chris realized that he gave some kind of motion like he was shooting the basketball, but at that point, he didn't have control of it.
It worked because he's going to the line. Chris Whitney, 29 of 33 coming into this game, 88%. And has perfect form, doesn't he, Phil?
Yeah, he really does. You see him get set, his feet, get up on the toes, get the full extension. That ball rotates off the fingertips.
Yeah. Got that nice follow through. Beautiful. Whitney in his 9th year from Clemson. 7th year with the Wizards. Davis free for the jumper. A little strong, and Hubert Davis chases it down. Jordan in the lane, fade away. Unbelievable! 51 points for the greatest. Fans here going berserk for Michael Jordan. You scratch that itch, MJ.
I'll tell you, he's got everybody in this arena with their eyes on him, especially the Hornet defenders. You see 3 defenders on him, can't deny him.
And Michael Jordan has just established a new MCI Center record with 51 points. The old record 49 by the Wizards' nemesis, Antoine Walker. He has just electrified this crowd.
And they're all staying, too.
Whitney for 3.
Yes.
And did he give him 2 or 3? 2-pointer for Whitney. I guess his foot was on the line. Davis drives and stolen by Jordan.
Boy, doing a much better job in the second half, cutting down some of those passing lanes that we saw being delivered so well in the first half by Charlotte.
3 steals in the game for Jordan. Wizards have matched their largest lead of 21. Jordan again. Lays it off underneath for Jahidi. Gets the rebound and is fouled. Everybody raises their level of play around that guy.
And his teammates have been doing that lately, and that's the good side. Jordan there drawing the defenders, dumping it off to Jahidi. Jahidi a little bit too far underneath the basket, but he's able to regain possession and the second time draw the foul.
Since MJ missed his free throw, The Wizards are 17 of 17 from the free throw line.
And Jahidi has made all 4 of his. Boy, he even got you standing up, huh?
Man, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. Don't tell anybody.
You can give it back.
MJ sure giving it back. Donating his entire $1 million salary this year to the relief effort for the September 11th tragedies. Nesby's jumper. Everybody's getting into the act now. The fans here tonight, Phil, witnessing something that fans around the country did only 37 times previous, and that's Jordan scoring 50 or more points in a game.
How many times?
37. Wow. So we have been privileged, to say the least, tonight. Teron Lue. Two minutes to play in the game. Score the goal and the foul on Jahidi White.
You don't want to get careless here. You don't want to get careless.
Number 55, Jahidi White, fourth personal.
Timeout. Jordan's done for the night, and what a performance. 51 points in the game, and the Wizards lead it 105-85. Michael Jordan with 51 points tonight, the 38th time in his illustrious career that he has scored 50 or more points in a game. He scored 60 or more points 5 times, including his career high of 69.
But he certainly came out here and put on a show after 2 nights ago being held to 6 points. Didn't let it bother him, and like I said, I think that at times was overplayed. The idea is to get this team to continue to win and play good, strong basketball. And that's what he said, but I just think it's kind of poetic that he comes out here after that and gets a 51-point game.
Whitney runner off the glass, no good. Wizards lead by 19. 1:38 to play, and Washington will get back above the 500 mark. Haston scores. Wizards will win for the first time in 3 games this season against Charlotte. The Hornets won the previous 2, and they'll play again near the end of the season on April the 5th in Charlotte. But Washington will improve to 15-14 and even their record here at home at 6-6. Kwame Brown in the game. Jerome Moiso in for Charlotte as well, but we didn't see Tractor Trailer at all tonight.
Well,
now he's in now. Okay.
You didn't miss it, did you?
How do you miss him? I'm really getting a bad eyesight now. Kwame drives. Nice spin move. Oh, that's what they grabbed.
That was a nice move.
Very pretty.
Under control and finished off nicely.
So the 19-year-old rookie from Savannah, Georgia, contributes. Well, everybody's had a great game. Nesby, good effort.
Yeah, I think you got to point to Nesby's hustle. He came into the game and really turned things around with his hustle plays, loose balls.
Gee, I wonder who our Dodge player of the game might be. The guy draped in cloth, Michael Jordan.
What a game.
Lee Nalon adds a couple.
Still had 7 boards and 4 assists. Not too shabby for a 38, going on 39-year-old guy.
Wizards now 14-0 and leading after 3 quarters of games this year. They did not lead against the Knicks after 3, but wound up winning that game by a point. Lou kicks it out to Nesby, and misfires on the pass. 4.5 seconds to go for Doug Collins. He will get his 273rd career win. He spent 3 years in Chicago, where he won 137 games, lost 109. And 3 years in Detroit, where he won 121 and lost 88. But tonight's game belongs to the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. 51 points, and gets his Wizards back on the winning track, 107-90. And our Subway plays of the game, because there are just too many to limit them to one, are all provided by MJ.
Well, it was great. He got off to a great start, made his first 4 shots, went on to score 24 points in that first quarter. That was a team record. Had 10 points in the second quarter in only 6 minutes, and established a new team high for points and a half at 34. And right there, that establishes the new MCI record of 51 points.
Jordan shoots 21 of 38, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 51 points, a season high for Michael Jordan. And the Wizards get the win to snap a 2-game losing streak, 107-90. Wizards basketball returns to Comcast Sportsnet Monday night, when the Wiz play host to the New Jersey Nets, beginning at 8:30.